One question can slow you down enough to hear what's been whispering, to the learning that only happens in the quiet, to the wisdom your body has been holding while you waited for the light. Welcome to One Question, a short weekly reflection to help you reconnect with your body, your values, and your truth. This week's question is, what is winter asking me to learn right now? January arrives carrying a lot of expectation. New plans, new goals, new versions of ourselves we're meant to commit to before we've even caught our breath. But January is also deep winter. And winter doesn't ask us to decide, it asks us to listen. In nature, very little is rushing right now. Seeds are dormant, trees are conserving energy, animals are resting or moving very carefully. There is life beneath the surface, yes, but it's quiet, slow, invisible. And yet many of us move through January assuming we should already feel clear, motivated, and certain. That disconnect matters because when we ignore the season we're actually in, we start treating completely natural signals as personal failures. Fatigue becomes something to push through. Uncertainty becomes something to fix. Slowness becomes a problem. But winter has a different curriculum. From a biological perspective, our nervous systems are more sensitive in low light. From a psychological one, reflection and integration naturally increase when stimulation drops. Winter is when learning turns inward. So when you ask, what is winter asking me to learn right now? You're not asking for a plan. You're not asking for clarity. You're asking for awareness. And the answers rarely arrive as words. They show up as sensations, as resistance, as emotions that don't quite make sense yet. Sometimes the lesson is about rest. Not rest as a reward, but rest as information. Sometimes it's about grief. Something that didn't get space last year, finally asking to be felt. Sometimes it's about honesty, admitting that something you've been carrying no longer fits. And sometimes the lesson is simply this: you don't have enough information yet. That can feel so uncomfortable in a culture that rewards speed and certainty. But winter isn't in a hurry, and neither is the learning that it offers. I see this every January among my friends and in my coaching work. People come in wanting a plan when what they actually need is permission. Permission to listen longer. Permission to not be ready. Permission to let the lesson finish teaching itself. Because winter learning isn't intellectual, it is embodied. It settles into your body first, into your energy, into your intuition. And when that learning completes itself, movement comes naturally, more honestly, more cleanly. Think of spring. But if you rush it, you miss the lesson entirely. So if you feel flat, unsure, unmotivated, and behind right now, consider this. Maybe you're not stuck. Maybe you're learning. Maybe it's winter, and winter is doing exactly what it's meant to do. Winter is wintering. It's teaching you something you couldn't learn any other way. So, let me leave you with this week's question. What is winter asking me to learn right now? If this question stirred something in you, stay with it. Winter tends to teach quietly, and the lesson may already be unfolding. You don't need to rush it. You don't need to understand it yet. Until next week, be kind to yourself, trust your body, and always ask better questions.